Greetings, our Hebrews, like brothers and sisters. This is the high priest, L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. All family, as always, we got to find one. We got to find one. We got a word from the Most High. Family, we got a continuation on this one right here. We're going to show you here tonight who's faithful than God. And I can answer you that right now. Nobody. They ain't out there. They ain't out there. Who is faithful than God? Nobody. Not one. Not one. All right? Now, family, you guys know how to do it. I ask you guys to read along with me. I ask you guys to think about it. Think about the wording. Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. And I know that the Most High will give you a clear understanding. And family, we can see, and you can look at current events. There are things that are happening in the world right now if you're not asleep. But there's a lot of them out there that sleep. But I know most of you guys are not asleep. But there are so many current events that are happening out there that we can see the world is nothing like it was even 20 years ago. Nothing. You go back 20 years, and it ain't nothing like it was 20 years. Now, a person like me, you go back 40 years, and you'll say, well, man, we're living in a different world. But let's go back 60 years. Let's go back to when it was 1960. 1960. I know most of you all don't know about that, but the ones that got a lot of gray, they know about 1960. Back in 1960, it was like a carefree world. We didn't have no worries at all but our oppressors. Other than that, as far as in our community, it wasn't nobody but us. We didn't have no problems. If anybody had a problem with another person, they used these. And then once that was over with, it was over with. But now today, I mean, you got everybody wearing a firearm. It's like this is Dodge City, a Gunsmoke or whatever. And you see people dying, people breaking in people's homes. When I was a kid growing up, we used to leave our doors unlocked all day and all night. We had a screen door. In summertime, we didn't have air conditioning. The only thing was locked was the screen door. And it didn't have a lock like you lock on the door. It just had a little latch that you flap down inside of a hole like that. Anybody could have came by, snatched it off if they wanted. They could have cut the screen and came on in. But nobody done that. But now today, you got technology. You got all these things that are bombarding the mind, keeping the people occupied. They're training you what you should say, what you should see, how you should conduct yourself. And see, they are doing all these killing because that's what they are promoting on television and in the music. And then see, people go out and they go out and do this stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but it's true. And like I say, the word of God doesn't change. He says, I'll kill your sons and your daughters. He said, I'll kill them. But see, but here, all the Christians do, and the one that don't know the Most High, they grab balloons, and then they all get together, hundreds of them, then they let off balloons, and the balloons go up in the air, all kind of bullshit, crazy stuff. And don't know that it is the Most High God that is doing this. Not no devil. Ain't no devil doing nothing. Remember, God says he shares his glory with nobody. So if the devil is doing it, then God got to say, okay, well, the devil is doing that, then I'm doing this. No, God says, I do all these things. There's nothing left for nobody to do. Why? Because I am doing everything. He said, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and all them that dwell therein. I'm running it. Not the devil, not Satan, none of that. I'm running the whole show. Everything that was made, I made it. Even them. The fallen ones, the ones that are being disobedient. I made them. I made them. I made them. They didn't make themselves. I made them. Just like I made you. See, so one has to understand that God is in control. You have to release this thing that they have in this world, talking about I'm gonna do what I can do to help. Listen, you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing anything. You are being orchestrated just like everybody else. You're just like a puppet. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. We are just like someone inside of a zoo. You can't leave. I don't care what they tell you about they going to the moon and going here now. Listen, you can't leave here. Know how I know? Because he says that there's a firmament up there that divides the waters from the waters. Huh? And he said that he didn't make the earth in vain. He made it to be inhabited by man. So he made it to be inhabited by man. Where are you going? Where else for you to go? Since y'all so smart, where is it for you to go? He put you here, but now I can put my own self up by my own bootstrap. I can wipe my own butt now, so I can leave. I can come and go as I please. No, you can't. Don't let nobody fool you with that BS. No, you can't leave here. You can't leave here unless he said so. Remember Elijah? How did he leave? How did he leave? He left on a fiery chariot. That's how he left. That's how he left. And that's how he coming back. Enoch, how did he leave? There in chapter 5, I think it is, he said he walked with God and he was seen no more. Huh? He was with God and he was seen no more. So how did he leave? He left with God. That's how he left. He didn't leave on his own. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to have a Christian. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to meet the Lord. And motherfucker, y'all ain't meet God nowhere. Y'all ain't going to meet the Lord nowhere. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Because the city that is going to be inhabited by God is New Jerusalem. And it says, behold, I saw New Jerusalem coming from up there. So New Jerusalem is coming from up there, coming down here. Then where you going to go? Since you're going to meet him in the air and you're going to be with him forever, where you going to go? Where you going to stay? I'm going to be right here in New Jerusalem. That's where I'm going to be. Now let's get here in this word. Now let's see what the Most High God got him for us. We're going to look at 1 Kings. We stopped in our other video, 1 Kings chapter 8. We're going to do verse 56. Now let's see what the Most High got for us here. It says, blessed be the Lord that has given rest unto his people Israel, according to all that he promised. Oh. Y'all see that? Nothing missing, nothing lacking. Nothing lacking, okay? Nothing lacking. It's all there. Everything that he promised is there. So there has not failed one word out of all that he have said. Y'all see that? Not one that has failed out of all that he have said. And y'all know he said to Israel, y'all that been with the high priest for any time at all. Told you guys, showed you guys what he said over there in Malachi chapter 4. He says, behold, the day cometh that the earth shall burn like an oven. Goes on and he says, for us to not not forget the law of Moses. Didn't he say that? It's in there. It's in there. Yes, he says. Then it goes on and he tells us about the day that he's going to send Elijah to get us back right, to turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children and turn the children's hearts back to the fathers. But he talks about the enemy. See, the enemy can also be those that are the enemy of the Most High God. The ones that don't like his program. The one that changes what he says and do something that they think is right. Those are his enemies. Because he said, don't add to my word and don't take anything away from my word. But when you begin to do things that you think is right, then you're adding to his word. And then when you don't do those things that he says do, and you're doing something, then you are taking away from his word. Then you become the enemy of the Most High God. Because you shows displeasure in the promises, in the things that he has established that can never be changed. You show displeased in it. You don't like it. So you add to it and you take away from it. So you show him that you don't like him. And you don't like the way that he laid his structure out. So you become the enemy of the Most High God of Israel. But here's a promise. One of his promises. He says, vengeance is mine, and I shall repay. Then he stamps it, his approval on it, and then he says the capital Lord. He stamps it. My approval. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That's one of my promises. But look at here in the pages. This is talking about all of his promises, including the one that I just quoted to you. Not one failed. Not one. Look what he says here. He says all of his good promises, which he promised by the hand of Moses, his servant. The Lord our God be with us as he was with our fathers. Let him not leave us, nor forsake us. Not one of his promises. Who can be faithful than God? Not one. Not one. He says, I'm going to pay every man according to his works. Whether you are ignorant or whether you are not ignorant, it doesn't matter. That's why he tells you to ponder. Ponder the path of your ways. Why? Because the choices that you make, you're going to give an account of those. Whether it's good, I'm going to reward you. Whether it's bad, I'm going to reward you. Remember, you got something coming. You may not like it, but baby, you and I have something coming from the Most High God. Now look what he says, and now we're going to keep on going. Let's go to the book of Joshua. Let's go to Joshua. Let's back up a little bit. Let's go to Joshua chapter 21. Okay, now we're going to keep on going now. Let's see what we got here. Chapter 21. Did I say chapter 21? Yeah, Joshua 21. Okay. I'm going to get there. Y'all just hold on. I'm getting there. Page is kind of sticking on me. That's all right. We'll get there. We ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing but time. Shit. Let's keep on going. Okay, let's go to let's look at verses 45. Joshua 21:45. Let's read 44 and 45. Look what it says, the family. And the Lord gave them rest round about according to all that he swore unto their fathers, and there stood not a man all their enemies before them. Remember, he told Joshua, he says, there shall not be a man that is going to stand before you all of your days, Joshua. Huh? Didn't he promise him that? There will not be a man that the devil will be able to stand before you. He promised Joshua that. After Moses had walked up the sea, he promised, say, listen, ain't nobody going to be able to stand before you. Nobody. Even when the Most High had sent the captain of the Lord's army down there to help them at the battle of Jericho, Joshua ran to him with his sword in his hand. Yes, he did. Joshua went to him and he was ready to take him down. And Joshua seen him and fell down. He said, I am the Lord. He said, I am the captain. Who art thou? He said, I am the captain of the Lord's army. I'm here to help you. Because Joshua knew what God had told him. No man shall be able to stand before you all of your days. Right in the page, look what he says here. No man of all their enemies before them. The Lord delivered all their enemies into their hands. 45. There fell not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken unto the house of Israel came to pass. Right there in the pages. God is faithful. God is faithful. What he says, it's going to come to pass. It's going to come to pass. Whether you believe it or not, that doesn't have anything to do with it. You don't have to believe it. It's still coming to pass. If you believe it, it's still coming to pass. He don't change. That's why I'm here, y'all. God fixed it. He fixed it. He told me to go to the house of Israel and warn them of me. That's what he said in Ezekiel 33. The words came about the page and went inside of me, inside my basement. Ran me up out of my basement. Ain't nothing changed. I've been saying this ever since it's happened. Ain't nothing changed. That is etched in me just like you take a iron pen and engrave something into a stone. It's there. It's there. That'll never leave. That'll never leave. And I'm here for Israel. As my Father sent me. I'm here for y'all. And for myself. Because he warned me also. He says, if you don't tell them, and I come, talking about his sword, and take any of them away in their sins and in their iniquity, he says, their blood is going to be on you. Not me. I am not going to be one that is not going to tell you what thus said the Most High God. My job is to tell you. If you take it, you take it. If you don't take it, you don't take it. But if you don't take it, it ain't on me. It's on you. Go read Ezekiel 33. It's right in the pages. So I'm grateful that he chose me. Yes, sometimes it gets a little taxing, but look, I can't run away from this job. Things may not be going like I want them to go, but God has put people in my life saying that, oh yeah, I told you to do that. And no matter what the odds might look against you, you're going to do it. And I'm here. I'm here because of he. He always makes a way. When it don't seem like there's a way, family, he makes a way. Didn't he make a impossible way through the Red Sea? Huh? They walked over on the other side on dry ground. The ground that was through the Red Sea was dry. Now somebody tell me, how can you, even a mud puddle in your yard, when it dries up, shit, it's still muddy. It's still muddy. But how could they walk across it on dry land? I know dry land was over on the other side, but in the sea, the ground was dry. That's technology. Very advanced technology. Now, y'all see right here now, the latter part of 45. Let's read that again. There faileth not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken past unto the house of Israel, all came to pass. I love seeing that double A-L. I mean, that A with them two, with them double L's on it. I love seeing that on the positive side. Boy, I tell you, all the good stuff that he promised, it's going to come to pass. That's why I'm telling you, this is not my program. I didn't plan this. This is not a plan for me. But this is God's plan. You want to be in God's plan? Stick to what is going on here with the high priest. Like I said, I could never do this. I never went to college. None of that. Y'all can see how I stumble over words. Any other person, they would be embarrassed, be ashamed. Moses was the same way. And the most I said, okay, all right then, okay, all right. Since you want to take me down that road, okay, that's your brother Aaron. Take him with you. Take him with you. See, God is always going to fix it. He's going to fix it. And that's what I love about him. Not that's the only thing, but that is one of the many, 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 many things I love and I like about him. He's faithful. He will not let you down. Even when you let yourself down, even when you think that you can't do it, he'll come back to you and tell you, don't say that, you can do it. Just like he told Jeremiah, don't say that. Just like he told Solomon. Just like he told David. All of them. He came back and encouraged him. He told Joshua, don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed by what you see or hear or what you think. Don't be moved by that. Remember this, Joshua. The same way I was with Moses, so will I be with you. Moses made it, you gonna make it. See that? That's why, family, I'm here to tell you, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. All you that are with me, we're gonna make it. It's already been written. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Because he promised it. He promised it. And we can see here in the past, not one word that he promised, not one good thing that he promised, none of it ever failed. All of it came to pass, just like he said it, right in the pages. It says, to the house of Israel, all came to pass. All of it. So y'all can see, I know I'm right. I know we're right. But most of all, I know the Most High is right in everything that he says and do. He's right. Let's keep on going. Now let's go a little further. Let's go to Exodus chapter 34. We're gonna keep on going just a little bit further. I'm gonna let this be the last one. Exodus chapter 34. We're gonna quit there, and we're gonna pick back up later on. Exodus chapter 34. Let's read 6 and 7. Yeah, that's all we need. Let's read 6 and 7. 34. Okay, let's back up and read 5:2. It says, and the Lord descended in the cloud and stood with him there and proclaimed the name of the Lord. And the Lord passed by before him, talk about Uncle Moses, and proclaimed the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundance in goodness, in truth. That means faithful. That means faithfulness, truth, abundance, a lot of it. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sins, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, children, unto the third and fourth generation. See that? He says, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. He says, I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You die, I'm gonna get your children. They die, I'm gonna get their children. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Why? Because see, most of y'all don't realize that you still live in your seed. You don't know that? Jacob still lives inside me. In my seed. Abraham still lives inside us. Because we came from Abraham. Jacob came from Isaac. Isaac came from Abraham. All of them still live in us. Why? Because it's the same bloodline. Same DNA. An apple can only bring forth an apple. When you plant an apple seed, the fruit that it bears, the apples. And they have seed in it. From that same seed now. That same seed that you put in the ground. That seed still lives. Some of y'all will get that a little later on. But anyway, family, we're going to break off there. We're going to break off there and we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up right there on our next teaching. All right? So until our next teaching, we say we love you guys. We love your family. Always will. But the Most High love you more than all of us could ever love you. All right? Now, y'all guys know how to do that at the end of the broadcast. On the count of three. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. One word, one God, one people, one love. All praise, family. We love you now. We love you. Look, we gonna make it. We gonna make it. We gonna stay with this word. We ain't deviating at all, okay? Until our next time we say, shalom, we love you guys. Bye-bye.